Welcome to the Parenting Roundabout podcast. I'm Terry Morrow.
And I'm Catherine Haleko.
As parents and parenting writers, we can't help but see everything through a parenting lens. But as our kids have become adults, we find ourselves more interested in getting caught up on movies and streaming than on going over the same parenting topics over and over.
So since we're pretty sure we can find parenting wisdom anywhere, we're going to talk about what we're watching, what we thought about it, and maybe what we can learn from it, if only what not to do. Watch and listen along, and let's all make like we're doing something important for our families.
Each Tuesday, we bring you a watch or rewatch of an older entertainment property. And for this week of September 23rd, we're continuing with Lost, Season 1, Episode 12, Whatever the Case May Be.
Wow, wow.
Ba-dum-bum. So, worst puns so far.
Yeah,
which do you
pretty
pick?
bad.
House of the Rising Sun or Whatever the Case May Be?
I think the case is worse.
I had forgotten what the title of the episode was, and I looked it up when it was over, and I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah,
seriously?
come on,
Seriously? Are you a professional entertainment product? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That was ridiculous.
Silly. Very silly.
Yeah, and this is not supposed to be silly in that way. It's supposed to be silly in a chilling way, not in a,
yeah.
Okay, Dad. Very funny.
Yeah.
We start out with those crazy kids, Sawyer and Kate, just having them a little frolic by a waterfall.
Right.
Swimming around. She's got her thong on. She's good. Yeah.
Why did he not take his jeans off is my question. I mean, maybe he was naked under there, I guess.
So, see, the thing is, Sawyer would not care if he was naked under there. Sawyer would enjoy taking off his pants in front of her.
Yes, absolutely.
But ABC, not so much.
Yeah.
But you could have. Well, they did show them swimming around. So you're swimming around. You're having yourself a good time, swimming in your underwear. And you see some dead bodies.
Yeah.
And like a normal person's reaction would be, get me the hell out of here, what is that? Right. And they're
Freak
like, oh, let's dive down.
Right. Let's see.
And check them out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
How do you dive down like that? Because I float.
Right.
It seemed like they were fairly deep to be just holding their breath and going down.
Right.
But
and opening their eyes all the time.
That water did not look clean either.
No.
But conveniently,
yeah.
what should happen to be there? Completely coincidentally in this place they just happened upon.
Well, and also later in the episode, Kate is like, the marshal had this case and they made him check it. So then they find it under a seat.
Yes, this does not work. And I don't understand, except that it's the island, it's magic.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions.
Yep.
I mean, it could just have been loose somewhere nearby and not under the seat.
Exactly. Like stowed neatly under the seat in front of you, as they say.
Like deliberately. So, what should have happened is they should finally have gotten it open, and it turns out it's not the same case.
Right.
It's just somebody else's stuff.
He checked it. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, golly. The whole episode was just diminishing returns. Mm-hmm. That particular plot. And I know this show. I don't remember what the significance of the little toy plane turns out to be, but I know there's some significance, but not enough.
Right, for that to have been her motivation.
Not immediately enough. I don't want to wait for 5 seasons to find out what the toy was or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. Sooner than that, I guess we find out. And I can't remember now if it was satisfying or not, but it's too much weight to put on that when we're not going to know for a while.
Right.
Trust us. It'll be important. It'll make sense.
Will it?
If we get renewed. Make sure we're renewed for another.
Right.
Yeah. This whole episode was... And also... I felt so sorry for Evangeline Lilly when she got her costume that day.
Right. And like, this is it?
I mean, I guess it's a compliment that they think you're going to look good in it. There's Nobody's going to put me in a thong on a camera, I can tell you. But still, man, was that thing skimpy. And the camera found it a whole lot.
Oh, of course. Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I do not get the whole thong thing anyway. Just for a matter of comforted coverage, it seems to make no sense. But,
no.
You know, in front of Sawyer, really? Would she?
Yeah, she would have kept her pants on.
So much of this episode was Sawyer and Jack trying to get the truth out of Kate. Tell me what's really there. Stop lying. I'm not going to give you this case until you tell me what's in it. And I'm like, guys, just watch the flashbacks. Just calm down.
All will be revealed in the flashbacks.
Although, of course, it wasn't really, because we didn't find out what the significance of the plane was, except that it belonged to the man I killed.
Right.
But, and also loved, but especially killed. It's just like, all right, we know the structure now.
Yeah.
It's just, I know you don't have cable on the island, so it's a little difficult, but it just was tiresome, I thought, in this particular time. And that robbery was so unpleasant.
Yeah.
For it to be just kind of a trick.
Right. So she could get a toy plane out of a safe deposit box. Like, there has to be better ways to force a bank to open a safe deposit box.
Yeah.
There's got to be some.
Yeah. It I think is the first one of these flashback stories that makes no sense until a future flashback.
Right.
We need more flashbacks to explain this.
Right.
I think up until now they've been pretty, here's something happening in the main story and we are going to illustrate it with this flashback.
Right.
And even if we don't actually see them getting on the plane, it's, sort of moves us in that direction. This was just like, how about that?
Right.
But you want to know what's going on there.
Guess you're going to have to keep watching.
Yes. So, have you ever heard of Halliburton? I guess, is that an actual thing that exists in the real world?
I mean, I've heard of
unbreak-inable suitcases, because everybody knew. She's trying to get into a Halliburton. I'm like,
right. Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard about it as a company, but I thought it was like, mercenary security guards, basically. Yeah. So I guess maybe they have
like a line of merch.
Apparently they do. Yeah. But it was entertaining watching Sawyer try to get it open.
I felt like Cage could maybe get it open by, hitting it against his skull, but no, she's a killer, but not a killer.
Right.
And they wanted to use the axe, but Boone had snuck it away so that they can try to open the hatch. Right. Also by Halliburton, apparently. But
because they're struggling with that quite a bit, aren't they?
Yeah, keeping them busy.
Yes.
And everybody's got something to keep them busy. Shannon is... When Boone said to her she's useless, I said to my husband, but she can translate French. And then, look what happens.
Yeah.
There's French to translate.
Under the watchful eye of Saeed.
Yes.
Who can say no to that?
That's right. Yeah. And she even gets to sing a little song at the end. So, see, there's a place for everybody. And I think parenting-wise, we have been reunited with the island mom, Rose. Hey, Rose. Yeah. I remember Rose.
I was thinking about her recently. Like, we have not seen her since about episode 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever happened to Rose? There she is.
Sorting laundry somewhere, L. Scott Caldwell is the name of that actor. And they must have just had her on a contract that was like, every now and then, come on down.
We're going to need you. Yeah.
Until such time, if we get enough seasons for your husband to turn up, then you got some more gigs.
Right.
But
there will be more to do.
In the meantime, when somebody needs a hug or a prayer or a talking to, hey, it's Rose.
There's Rose.
Although I guess the last time Jack was giving her a talking to, but
Yeah, well, wouldn't she make a good babysitter? I mean, we were always looking for
Yes.
babysitters. She'd be
Yes.
great. She'd probably figure out a way to, like, bake cookies or something.
yeah. I mean, we were saying, I think the last time she was on is that she was just sitting like on a little hill looking out at the ocean, and they could have just parked Walt right next to her and said,
Right.
don't leave.
Don't move.
So she could at least, yeah, but she would be. Why is she not taking care of Walt? Get that actress more time,
Yeah.
more screen time. And, but she handled Charlie very nicely. I still can't believe nobody's out looking for Claire.
Yeah.
I thought that's what Boone and Locke were doing, but no. They have their
they're trying
little
to
island
bust into
mystery
the
that they're
hatch.
trying to solve. And Claire is somewhere with others.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's okay.
I know. I would think that. I mean, Michael was like, I need to do something. I'm going to go search. And then I guess he bailed on that idea.
Why aren't there search parties like 24/7?
I mean, I guess
Get it.
if, Ethan and the others were willing to hang Charlie, then the rest of them are like, maybe Claire can fend for herself.
That's true.
But I mean,
guess,
Kate
but-
and Jack for sure are always like, we can't leave that person behind, you know?
Yes. Oh, Jack. Jack had, I mean, we've all done this as parents, is like made threats that we have no intention of keeping.
Right.
But should the only doctor on the island be threatening to withhold medical care
Right.
in such a way that would cause somebody to, say, possibly lose an arm or die?
Right.
Now, it's Sawyer, so nobody would really care. There probably would be no objection. But still, it sets a bad precedent, does it not?
It does, but Sawyer didn't believe him, so
That's true. So it did. As with most kids, like, yeah.
yeah. You're full of baloney, Mom.
You're not going to follow through on that. I'm going to
Yeah.
do whatever I want to do. Yeah, well, sorry, Jack. But don't do that. Don't do that.
No, don't.
Think of something better to threaten him with than, hey, I could withhold antibiotics from you.
Right.
Sawyer's probably got a stash of antibiotics, right?
Yeah.
You know.
He's got a stash of everything else, so
He totally did not give them all the antibiotics he had. He's got some hidden away. He's got a little Halliburton case somewhere with antibiotics.
that's right.
You don't want to trust somebody like that doctor.
Nope.
Yeah.
But yeah, going back to the Claire thing, I'm very worried about her.
Yeah.
And we have just barely even mentioned her except for Charlie, who's catatonic over everything that happened to her. And why isn't he insisting that people
Oh,
go
and then
look for
somebody
her?
who was it? Somebody referred to her as the pregnant girl. It's like,
Yeah. She has a name.
she doesn't even have a name now.
Right.
She's
yeah.
just, thank goodness she's gone. We don't need a baby crying here.
Right. It'll attract undesirable attention.
We were a little worried we'd have to sacrifice the kid to the smoke monster to get some peace, but now it's out of our hands. Darn the luck.
Yeah.
Who could possibly guess where she is? Why should we even try?
Yeah.
Let's just move our camp now.
Yeah. I mean, Saeed, he doesn't want to go look for her. Like, what?
Yes.
What's going on with all of these people?
Well, I guess the translating of Rousseau's documents is in some way intended to help them understand where the others might be. So it's sort of what they're doing to find Claire.
I guess.
If I was Claire, I would not be satisfied.
Right? It doesn't seem sufficient.
Who knows what could be happening to her? Horrible things. But first,
Right.
let's take our time. Let's see what we can make of these papers, and then eventually we'll go find somebody who might know something. But no rush.
Yeah.
Let her get through late. Let her give birth someplace else. 'Cause, we don't have the proper tools and setup here. Sand will get into everything. It won't be nice.
Yeah.
So, and then we'll rescue her and the baby. It'll be fine. Or maybe not the baby, But, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
This whole thing is weird.
That's a given.
Yes, indeed. But, this is not one of the top episodes here.
Yeah.
But Kate's going to have a lot of flashbacks, so
we got to dole them out
don't worry about
little
it.
by little.
I think they're still figuring out what the heck her story is. And let's put a bunch of stuff. Maybe she did this, maybe she did that.
Right.
Meanwhile, Rose is just saying her prayers that the show runs long enough for them to need more characters to suddenly appear.
Right.
Hey, look who we found! A whole bunch of people! Woo!
One of them
They're all regulars now. You gotta kill some people off first.
Yeah.
Did I say that? No. Certainly not. But don't. I recommend you don't go onto IMDb and check the number of episodes each actor was in.
Yeah, that's
Spoiler warning.
Yep, that's one way to find out things you don't want to know.
Yes, that's true. I was looking it up for the purpose of finding that out and then thinking, holy cow, this is a massive spoiler.
Right.
They just got to go home, is what happened. See.
Right.
Some people wanted to go home and some people didn't. Some people wanted to stay. So. Anyway.
Right.
Well, what is, let's see, next week? Anything else you want to say about this misbegotten mess?
I think I'm good.
They can't all be inspiring.
Right.
Next Tuesday, we'll continue with Season 1, Episode 13 of Lost, Hearts and Minds, which I believe is the first flashback episode for Boone.
Oh, okay.
We find out if he's a male stripper at bachelorette parties?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Somehow I doubt it.
Could he possibly be wearing less than Kate was? I don't know. God, you're just in that scuzzy water with dead people with like almost no, with like your personal parts not covered up very well. Kate!
No. Ew.
Kate! At least go under the waterfall and shower afterwards. Did Michael ever get the shower set up?
I hope so.
Well, we'll see if Boone remains fully clothed next week in either of his story or flashbacks.
Right.
And we will see you back here tomorrow to discuss Only Murders in the Building. And on Thursday, we'll be chatting about the episode of Dancing with the Stars that airs tonight, Season 33, Episode 2. We will flash back to it on Thursday. Thank you for listening. You can find all our episodes on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can find recaps, links, and an opportunity to comment on our website at parentingroundabout.com.
You can also talk to us on our Facebook page, on Instagram, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat. And please visit our Amazon shop at amazon.com/shop/mamatude, where you can find links to a lot of the things we've talked about over the years.